Picontier, farming sim, RPG adventure elements, taking inspiration from older games like Legend of Zelda for the style execution of it. I'm excited for this one. We're going in. A new game starting. With particular emphasis, there isn't character customization. You can see, there he is. That's us. We select him. And that also means we need to name him as well. Is this a case where we should... Okay, there we go. As I'm trying to get the controls to properly get his name in. Can we still be Jane? I mean, honestly, nothing's stopping us from being Jane. We're Jane. Jim, dear! God dang it, you mean like from the Aristocats? God dang it, okay. I'm taking it. We're being Jim Deere now. Jim underscore Deere, because I don't think I see a space, so we have to use an underscore. By the way, sick, hello, welcome. Here I am watching a German ad for ball shaving cream. Wow, the future. I'm glad that product is running. Wonderful. Here, oh, it is a space. Okay, cool. Yes. That was a reference. I just said Jim because it's a J name. That's fine. That can happen sometimes, you know, you make a joke and it just happens to line up with some existing thing already. And that is the case in the Aristocat. It isn't I didn't even name the right goddamn movie when I said the Aristocats. That is not what it's from. It's from Lady and the Tramp. That's what it's from. That's not, it was an accidental reference on your side, and it wasn't a joke, but it was taken as one. Also true, but it's too late. I didn't even name the right movie. So, Welly, we're both in the dunce boat over here, I suppose, with our little dunce caps on. Kind of just going, blah, 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 oh, being head empty. Staring 1,000 miles. Here's Jada. I know it. The soil on this island is filled with peconium. I thought Jim was the cat's owner from Aristocats. Jim Deere was the owner from Lady and the Tramp. But it was, I also thought it Shy Guy, but it was Lady and the Tramp. We both mixed it up on accident. But in the Aristocats, there isn't even a dude owner. It's just the old lady and then the butler that everybody hates. Alright. Peconium. Come, Jim Deere. See for yourself. Honestly, I love this now already. Come, Jim Deere. Oh, Jada, please. I'm blushing. Look, here I am. I'm walking out. I'm shuffling over. The butler is really well animated. A lot of older Disney movies are very well animated. So, they did have very good animators. Good. I think I can complete my project here. 2 years later. Oh. Well, I guess he was projecting longer than expected. Ooh, science lab? Oh, just in time. Ian, I need you to multiply this and pass them to the caracals. Understood. Jim Deere, you need to go home and hide in the basement with a... Why do I need to hide in the basement? Jada, are you doing dangerous activities? I hope I'm not on a populated island over here. 2 years later, that's me with any project. Yeah. Here, take this with you. It's to keep you safe. What? Jada? What exactly are you doing? I have received a sun pendant? I'll speak with Lucor before I head back. You go on ahead without me. Okay, I take the sun pendant and I static out. I've lost reception. I'm looking around. This doesn't look like my basement. It's kind of bubbly too. Am I in soda? I'm in a life pod? Look, there's a blinking heart. It's on brand. It also kind of looks like a giant smiley face. Yo, we got our Sunny D necklace. And well, as a sun pendant, it does check out as Sunny D. And Fox, hello, welcome. You are a gotcha. The pod opens. Whoever opened it got me as the reward. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I'm looking around my house. I'm trying to grab at this little book down here, and I'm not successful. Fail. Failure. Rusty door. It's rusted shut. I can't even see where that hallway goes to. Well, I guess I'm going up the ladder then. Oh, good morning, Jim dear. That's exactly 262,800 hours since we last spoke. Hang on. 262,800 hours to... I'm gonna put in years. Chat. That's 30 years. It has been 30 years since we last spoke. Excuse me, Ayla, what happened? What? Why did Lita send me down here into this life pod in the basement for 30 years? I think you've broken the record for your longest sleep since you came to the island. What? We have very good weather today. Why not step outside? I'm sweating. That's quite a gotcha. Hey! Middle-aged Jim dear. Have I? You know, I phrased it as being a Zelda similar inspiration. I think it was more Pokemon, what I was really thinking of, but I couldn't quite place it, like, word-wise, game-wise, in my head because of the other game, went to Legend of Zelda, but it's more Pokemon-esque. Well, too late. Look, everything is in pretty good condition. I'm kind of distracted, though, by that garbage can up there. You know, the one up over here with the cat picture on it? Why do I have a garbage can just dedicated to cats? I could go for a 30-year nap. Dude. Let's pull out the sleeping, the bags, have a sleepover party, sleep for 30 years. I'm looking at this in pretty good condition. Why are there actual crops growing? My main field being covered with a bunch of rocks and wood makes sense, but who planted those crops? Is that for throwing away cats? I mean, what else would it be for? When you put a recycling symbol on a garbage can, that's to indicate, hey, this garbage can is for throwing away recyclables. It has to be a garbage can for cats then, right? Why are we throwing away cats? I keep expecting that garbage cat to blink. The farm might need some help, but... Oh! Professor Jada left a message for you. Let's see. Go have a look around the town for me. I think that's what he said. Off you go. What? I've got the town map now. Let me just pull this out of my pocket. As we also... Oh! Controls, chat. This is how we play the game. Move with WASD. Open bag is I for inventory. Use item or attack is Z. Confirm pickup is X, cancel run is... I'm probably going to be moving around with the arrow keys, because otherwise controls movement with WASD, but then also the run button being C feels very awkward. I don't know, I mean, split my hands in half. Looks like RPG Maker controls? I wouldn't doubt it. I see a skull in the UI. Pardon, I'm sweating, I'm nervous. Town map is M. Quest list is B, maybe picture that as book. Resident info is N. I don't know, new friends, noobs. Change item slot size is V, choose item QE, option menu, oh. Well, let's see if I can remember all those. I won't. Oh! Look, I already have a duck here! Can I pet the duck? I don't think I can pet the duck, chat. Maybe one day. Harvest tracker? Display days left till harvest? I don't think we need that right now, seeing as we don't have any crops anyway. Duck? Your duck? That's a free duck. Dog? Oh. This is my dog. Should I name him Spike? Spike the dog? Can't use the water pump. Signboard, even if your crops have wilted, watering them again will bring them right back to life the next day. Got it. So if I forget to water, they're not gonna instantly be ruined. Graviton, hello, welcome. Can't pet the duck? Refund it now! Who wrote these signs? I mean, Leda could have written all of them and put them out, you know, when he sent us away into our basement for 30 years. Break rocks using a pickaxe. Place anything you want to sell in the box. The delivery drone will come pick it up at 8 a.m. The void box. Guess we'll pull out the map then. I like it already. It has little icons for all of the different residents in town. Beautiful. Always the best quality of life addition to farming sims, where there's residents you can befriend, is when it actually tells you where everybody's at. Wait, none spotted? Enhance. Right there. Do you see her? That's it. There's the none. None has been spotted. There's also a dog. Is it that one? That one's a dog? I hope so. I see her! Oh man. Petri right next to Archon. Petri none, and then Archon the dog. Woof. Skelly with the nun vision? I mean, I wish I had nun vision. Well, here we are in the town. Everybody's hanging out. Look at them. They're dancing. Or it's a girl with a white headband and black hair. I guess it could be that as well. Hi, everybody. My freshly baked bread went dry so fast. Still zoomed. Oh no! My fear from last stream when I was like, oh no. I hope some fear that I've left the stream zoomed. And what have I done? What have I done, chat? I just did it. I left myself zoomed. Cup of coffee. Hello, welcome. It was only for 5 seconds at most, fortunately. My freshly baked bread went dry so fast. Will, your room is extra dusty. I never thought it could get even worse. Charlotte, the flowers in your room are dried out. You aren't any better. I'm glad all of these people are saying their names at the same moment, so I know who's who. Thank you. Jim has a massive head when you look at it from the back. I mean, even when you look at them from the front, they do just have massive heads. Dorothy is adorable, by the way. Look at her. I love her hair. Her little Peter Pan white collar there. Oh, I love her. Oh, calm down, both of you. You siblings shouldn't fight so much. I love them. Is this a cat? Oh my god, cat spotted. This cat is huge. I want one. I can see the screen and I'm scared. We're gonna have to do an unenhance. Alright, these people now. I just reopened my shop after renovations yesterday and it's already dusty. The fire in my forge went out and my workshop is covered in soot. All of the ingredients in our restaurant have gone bad. I love Graham's hair. Look at the way it sticks up from the sides. We just had a restock of fresh meat. Oh. Did everybody else sleep for 30 years? I think everybody in town was also... Is this a sort of Sleeping Beauty situation here? Where everybody has been cast asleep for a number of years and they've all woken up? Here she is, the nun. I am also distracted by Marl, who has what looks like to be a little flower in her hair. I'm gonna be honest, Aria right here, this is certainly supposed to be a hat, but it looks kind of like an egg. Whatever happened here? There's a huge hole in my roof. Eh? Oh, yep, there it is. Big hole. It's not a bird's nest. It might be a bird's nest. I'm looking at her tiny hat. I'm not sure what kind of hat that is, actually. I'm squinting. It is certainly a little hat. Tiara around a bald part of head. How infuriating! My prized collection is covered in dust! It looks like we've had an emergency. What do you think, Father Zach? Alright, Megan's adorable. I'm pointing? So she just said Father Zach. This is the priest guy? I'm afraid. God has his reasons for all he does, my child. Zach is a level 3 cleric. Well, isn't this a disaster? I wonder what this is all about. Does this have to do with Professor Jada? Oh, hi, Jim dear. The first person to actually notice me. Thank you, Hugo. Nerd! What, just because he has glasses and what looks like a white lab coat? I guess I was giving him a nerd voice, though, too, so it's kind of like, me looking in the mirror. Was your place all right? Well, I did have a door that was rusted shut. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Jim dear. Oh, that's Ayla? Jim dear, can you hear me? Hey, Ayla? Oh, I can't hear you if you respond, so you don't have to answer. Please come home after you've satisfied your curiosity. That's it, over and out. Why does Ayla have access to this town's, like, community broadcast system? Welly, I have glasses and a lab coat. Chat, now you know Shy Guy's a nerd. It's the lab coat, isn't it, Welly? Lab coat and glasses. Look! There's another cat! Oh, look at it curl up. Adorable. Haha, nerd. Doss says, adjusting his own lab coat and glasses, right? She's in control now? Is Ayla now the town mayor? Oh, it's turning to evening. I didn't realize my farm area was so far away from the town if it takes me evening to walk there and back. Right on the D-pad is the skull button. I'll take a look here after I can see my UI again. Welcome back, Jim dear. Did you hear me over the PA system? Let's go inside. It's more comfortable than talking out here. Alright. Wait a second. Raid from Gritty. Hang on. First, welcome. Thank you for the raid, Gritty. So I'm now clicking on your name. As I'm now clicking in your name on the Twitch end. Yeah. As I'm now following you. I rarely stream so early. Well, now I know that you stream, period. Hello there, Gritty. Thank you for the raid. As I rub my hands together. Following you. One day, I will lurk on one of your streams. As long as it's at a convenient time for me. But I hope you had a nice stream, Gritty. Thank you. I see you were streaming Dread Delusion. I don't think I've heard of that. But I hope it was a good time. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again for the raid. It's a neat new RPG. Welcome back, Jim. Or, I'll give you a brief summary real quick. We're playing Picontier here. It is, I said, and now I'm mad at myself that I said Zelda earlier when it's more Pokemon, visually. But farming sim adventure, we're here. We're kind of still at the intro section, getting the exposition of the game. We're into it. Why is the gray fridge talking? It is not a refrigerator. I'm not totally sure what she's supposed to be, what she is. She's some kind of AI robot, I assume, here. But otherwise, I don't know. But there we go. Welcome back, Jim dear. Oh, I've already said that. How are the people in town? They're nosy. I'm walking over to them and they're all talking to each other. Ooh. No, we'll say they're very lively. I see. I'll send a report to Professor Jada at his lab. Do you think Jada was asleep for the past 30 years too? Or was it just everybody in town? Are you hungry? We're gonna say a lot because maybe she'll give us more food that way. I thought that you might be, so here you go. A sandwich! Looks good, right? I used one of my 7 secret functions, Sandwich Maker, to make it. Wait, take note, chat. She has a secret Sandwich Maker function. That means if we ever want a sandwich, we can just, I don't know, snap our fingers and point at her and say, Ayla, activate Sandwich Maker mode, and maybe we'll get a sandwich. What are the other 6? I'm sweating? I'm not sure. Waifu mod. Oh, Ayla, I'm blushing. Our machine goddess. You make sandwiches? I'm into it. The sandwich is completely edible, I assure you. Well, if you're curious as to how I made it, first I harvested pure peconium from the soil. I didn't ask. Then I did this, then that. I fall asleep. Oh, so it's dirt? Gross? I mean, if she says it's edible and it tastes okay, I take the sandwich? Let me remind you, having a healthy diet is important, but so is having quality sleep. Once it gets dark, please come home and sleep in your bed. It's still a little early now, but let's make it bedtime to prepare for a productive day tomorrow. What? Let's make it night? Good night, Jim dear. I get into bed. Oh, cute. Dirt is edible, kinda. Everything is... that goddamn phrase. Everything is edible at least once. That's not how edible is defined. You know glitter, chat? Glitter you put on food? This is where I can think of for the answer, okay? There are 2 kinds of labelings that you can have on something like food safe, you could say. Glitter. And there is actually edible glitter. Okay. But there are 2 kinds you will see. You will have one label where it says specifically something like edible glitter. And then you can have some other kind that will be labeled as just non-toxic. The edible one will be a more legit, this is edible, you can eat it, say it's something like sugar, boom, no problem, it's basically, it's fine. when it says non-toxic, it's not really edible in the same fashion. It's not really made as something you can eat. Say it's something like plastic, but it isn't toxic. So if you eat it, you won't get any sort of poisoning issues. It won't kill you. You won't come out of it with food poisoning or anything. But it isn't something like sugar, you know? So, if it's non-toxic, it can be something like plastic. And that's it. That's where it's at. Look, give me a robot wife that can make delicious sandwich from dirt, and that's all I need. Thank you, Robo-Waifu. Dagnardio ingests a whole tub of non-toxic glitter. Kako said I won't die. I mean, you won't. And that is how a lot of glitter that is made to put on food, or quote-unquote made to put on food, you know, it'll be labeled as non-toxic. There you go. Some people just want to pretty up the lower intestines. You go into the toilet. You look, you use it. You look back down into the bowl, excited, hoping to see it's real sparkly. No toxins, that's just taking out the fun, to be honest. Yeah, you don't get to do some gambling. Life gambling that way. Dang it. GB, hello, welcome. Unicorn cosplay, no! Good morning, Jim dear. Here, let me give this to you before I forget. Get Ayla's sandwich. Since we have the space to farm, why not try to grow some vegetables? Yes, chat. Farming. That's what I want. Me, Jim dear. Now, about seeds. Whoops, we don't have any at home. Can I plant the sandwiches? There is a tomato shrine just south of the farm. I think you'll find a seed there. Growing tomatoes. This is the first crop we're going for? Okay. Well, we're off. We're running. Who planted these crops? I'm still wondering. Because there's also some blocks blocking it. Tomato shrine, I know. I don't know. Of all the shrines you can build, why tomato? Come on. Who put these blocks here? That's another good question. Do you think they put them there? Do you think the person who planted those crops put them there? That way people can't run over and steal them? I like that I also have my farm labeled for me already. Oh, I was gonna ask here. I wonder what this is. Well, tomato shrine. It's answered. We were gone 30 years and someone is already worshipping fruit. Somebody. And apparently there's 2 seeds in it. I take them. They're my seeds now. You can make an offering to the shrine. Would you like to offer its crops to it? I can't. I don't have anything to offer. All I've got are these 2 seeds that I just grabbed. But I also don't have a way to plant them. Ayla's telling me about this, but Ayla, I don't have anything. Stealing from a religious temple is a felony. You're going to jail, Jim? I lock the door in the policeman's face. This is a very healthy seed. Now, let's plant it. Here, you'll need this to plow the soil. Received how? You'll need to plow the land first. Open bag using I. Choose hoe and press Z to set the item into the slot. Choose bag, select hoe using QE. Press Z to plow soil. Free hoe. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, there we go. I pull up the... What? Hang on. What? HPS play plus 999? Oh my god. Ayla's sandwiches are crazy. Ayla, can you make me more sandwiches? I know I was commenting about them being dirt earlier, but I take it back. I'm okay with them being dirt. I no longer have an issue with that. And now we close. Okay, we close the inventory with that button. Z, why not left click? Because we do not use the mouse slime. It is keyboard. Okay, we navigate to our home. Yeah. I did it. It really is called cat trash. It is? Oh my god. Now let's try planting the seed. Oh, I planted one, chat. One seed. I did it. I'm a success. Lastly, we need to water the seed. Received watering can. I grab out the can. Do you see how it says 49 here? Does this have a durability system? And then after I use it 49 times, it's gonna be destroyed? But you're right, Ayla. Disposed items can be found in the cat trash. Why is it specifically cat trash? How unusual. Alright, and then we just need to, oh, I did it! I'm so good at farming! A master farmer? I was always okay with dirt sandwiches. Yeah, come make sandwiches for me instead. Stop it, Fox! She's my AI waifu! Cat trash? Trash? Well done! Now we just have to wait 3 days for it to grow. Huh. It's not a very good idea to just stand around here doing nothing. So, what? Ayla? How did you do that, Ayla? Ayla? You can make sandwiches out of dirt? You can instantly grow crops? She cheated! But how? Ta-da! Wasn't that amazing? I just used another one of my 7 secret functions. It's called the time controller. To what extent does that apply? So what if I get married here, and I have a little baby, and Ayla's feeling a little bit impatient as she looks down at my child and is like, ugh, having a baby is so boring. Let me just... And then suddenly my baby is a small toddler. Ayla, what have you done? And Zig, hello, welcome. It's really useful having this ability, but it uses so much energy, I can only use it once in 10 years. And she used it to grow a tomato. Ayla? Ayla, I hope it was worth it. Haha, neat. Does this thing have an off switch? Just curious. I don't know. If she does, by extension, I don't know if I'm gonna have access to it. Anyway, we have a juicy, red, ripe tomato now. Go on, take it. Well, I don't mind if I do. Oh, I did it! I completed the main quest of growing tomatoes. I am a master farmer now. It's me. But I still have one more, so we're going to plant this other tomato too. There we are. 2 tomatoes. Down. Ayla, is there anything else you want me to do here? Oh, look! Heart up! We've become better friends with Ayla! Can we romance Ayla? Top farmer of the year right here? Oh, jeez. Oh, heck. Me? Oh. Good morning, Jim dear. It's the start of a brand new day. Well, I guess she doesn't have anything else for me to do right now. And as you were commenting about this grill welling, display days left till harvest? Yes! Look at that. Good feature. Just easily across all your crops, you don't have to mentally keep track of how long your crops have to grow. Just turn on the tracking machine and boom, it tells you. There it is, 3 days. I would love to have a pickaxe and an axe so I could tidy up my farm now. Oh, there he is. He's doing it. He's taking the box. He's off. There he goes. That actually is cool. Yeah, I like they actually show it being taken away. That is pretty good. Oh, look, fishing spot. I love this fish is just here waiting to be caught even. It wants to be free from the water realm. A good pickaxe might be able to help you break rocks with cracks in them. So one day, those strawberries, watermelons, and melons, they will be mine. But not today. This farmer has a helipad? No, I don't think I do have a helipad. I'm squinting? I guess that is a helipad! Huh. I'm also looking around. You made the comment about the skull welling in my UI. I'm not sure that I see it. You said right on the D-pad. I think that right on the D-pad is a magnifying glass. Or in the bottom left, I also just see sort of a smiley face. The welly button. And then on this UI bar, it's just like a Q and an E. A power socket. It does look like a power socket too. Paula. Oh, yellow heart up. Good morning. It's good to see you up and happy. That's all you have to say, Paula? Why are you here on my farm? Who is Paula? Paula? Miley might seem a little prissy at first, but she's actually just like any other girl. Okay. It looks like a skull instead of a face. Maybe it's because of my fucking monitor colors. Though, at the same time, you know, with the limited resolution, the pixel amount, and it's more simplified, stylized, you just kind of naturally have faces that look like skulls, right? Free space, free space, free space. How about using this area for some entertainment? Have a party up there, maybe? And it looks like we've got a spot for a barn over here. I'm looking in here. Yep. Oh, what? A thermometer? Is this barn temperature regulated as well? Tempting. Apparently I can put weeds in there. Can I pick these then? Maybe need a tool for it? Or those weeds are not ones we can interact with? I'm unsure. Like if I grab this tree branch, boom, there we go. I picked it up. The trees around here can be chopped with an axe. I do not have an axe. I cannot... Why is there an eyeball rock over here? A strange force field pushes you back. You cannot go any further. What? Rude? Do you think if I pushed it out of the ground here and just rolled it along with me, it would go? Another duck? 2 ducks? Oh, jeez. Mash the Z button to fish. Keep on going until you catch something. I don't even have a fishing pole. I can't do that. Never mind, chat. We've got the fishing pole. Now we have something we can do during the day. Recipe exchange, though. Exchange your fishing points for a new fish recipe. Huh. Who gives me the points? Do I give me the points? There's an AI set up here for the points. Abandoned farming, only fish. Yeah, I'm a fishing man now. Where's my cap that says, fish fear me? Women want me. Where's my hat for that? It's one of the evil robots from the first Incredibles. Why is it blocking your farm? I'm now nervous? I don't know. Melissa's general store. Austin's blacksmith shop. Just a house. This is just a house. There's no signboard to label it. They do have a pet duck, though. Who's the duck owner? I want some recommendations of what I can do to raise my ducks well. Free? Dude. What? Free for everyone except me. I can't interact with it, but I want the fruit. I'm too short. Am I? I attempt to reach up for the fruit. It looks like my arms should reach, but they don't. No! Fine, we'll keep running. Oh, this house is adorable. Oh, who was this? This was the blue-haired girl, Dorothy. Dorothy?
Hello, Jim dear. How is the farm?
Now we know where Dorothy lives. I love her house. Look at this. She got some flowers kept in here, got little trees, this great carpet, a little candelabra on the table. She knows how to style her house. Like, even in her little water trough here that she probably comes over to drink from, she's got little lily pads to decorate it. Hang on, I'm looking at my time. 11:48, 11:49, 50, 51. Okay, if we enter houses, it freezes time. Oh, hello there again, white cat. I love you. I pet the cat. But not through actual... Ooh. Ooh. Look at that duck over there. These ducks are fancy. I'm also seeing a water bottle. Can I take it? Yes. It's my water now. Will this dispense a water bottle every day that I can come up here and steal? Ooh. I can take these flowers too. Can I give a flower to Dorothy? Do you think? Can we start? I'm pulling up my friendship. It also keeps track of items they like. Great. How do I now? Okay, there we go. There's a pretty decent amount of people around here. Oh, ooh, look, it also puts check marks on the left side there for if you've talked to people. And I don't know if this is going to also involve any romancing. That I can't recall. It looks like there's also some kind of sort option you can see down there at the bottom. Pink face, blue face, goblin face, pink face, or pink heart, I should say. And then this sort of grayed out heart. I guess this means the people that like me best and the people that like me least? And this sort of indicates to me that we're going to find out, or meet some monster NPCs perhaps? Because right now when I'm on top of it, it puts Ayla first, who is a non-human. It's also a monster catalog too. Intriguing. And Cringe, hello, welcome. Happy Father's Day. Oh, happy Father's Day to you too, Cringe. Monsters? But are they, or are we the monster? I look at the camera, grim-faced. Good day. The weather's not too bad, I suppose. I'm a monster, yes, yes. Well, yeah, as a shy guy. Happy Pappy Day to all, and to all a happy pappy. I like it. It's got the good sounds to it. I'm also kind of taking a second look here at this house, which is just a building made of gold with a giant safe on top of it. I'm looking, oh my god, I get to the back part of the house and through the back I can see it's just a room filled with money. How do I break in? Do we have any thieves in chat that could help me out? Sneak in back there? This person's house, oh my god. They're crazy. Crazy wealthy. Spread the wealth! I'm poor! I need the money! You can see up in the top right corner how I have a 0G. I also really like that the characters, beyond just that little pop-up when we're looking at our relationship information, that the characters have these little speech bubbles above their head to indicate that you have not spoken to them yet, which is also very convenient. Whenever I tend to play these types of farming games, I really like to make sure and to try to befriend everybody in town, so having these easy indicators, this quick way to see who I have and have not spoken to, really nice. People in this town are so very good. It is a pleasure to be here. Helps cut down on repeat talking for a day. You already did it? Lets you know that you finished. Come back! I want to oh. Just kind of instantly... Is this guy just staring and admiring his safe door? Hello, Jim dear. Can I do anything for you? I'm busy at the moment, though, I'm afraid. I'm admiring my safe door and thinking about all of the money that it contains, he says, rubbing his hands together. He just wants to Scrooge McDuck his cash. He goes in there to just start swimming in money. The craftwork Melissa sells at her shop are all quite well made. They are not very practical, however, so I'm the only one that buys them. That doesn't really sound like the best business model to have only a single client, but okay. It is a nice store. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. I think calling it nice might be a little bit of an exaggeration. It was just kind of a secure door. I am in love with this bed cover over here with the little moon and stars on it. Marl really likes pink. I mean, it was the same case in Dorothy's house. She had a ton of pink in her home, too. Personally, I think pink is okay. I'm not wild about it. Hello. Look! Look! Slime! Slime! I love your little plant hat. It's adorable. Look at that. Not the standard pink slime, but a green one with the little plant hat. Oh, accessorized. Slime, where's the pink version of you that has a little rose growing out of your head? Or a little rose hat? Big boogers! Suddenly, a little bit less cute. Hang on, since this is not inside the town, can I destroy these? No? Maybe if I had a sword. Slime now is like, wait, don't call me a big booger. Oh. Welly, however, just kind of shrugs towards Slime and is like, what? I just call him as I see him, you know? I look like a big booger. Not my fault. Gotta visit the family? Alright, Gritty. I hope you have a good family visit. And thanks for coming by, and thank you again for the raid as well. Apparently I can buy a pickaxe from this guy, which I cannot afford because I'm poor. Guess we're not really gonna browse too much more because I can't buy anything anyway. Hey! It's been a while since I've seen a bot. Wow. Thank you, Welly. Make yourself at home. Nah, that's okay. I leave, Austin. Did you go with red or blue? I didn't get the choice. It probably went with a different selection. This is the alternative. Green, where you don't raise Pokemon and instead raise crops instead. But hello there. Bolton, hey. Are the bots invading again? Just one. Just one. That sounds worse. We have ducks! Pokemon are badass. Yeah, but crops and plants are too, right? I could do that. And connect the circuit to that. Ooh, Jim dear, I think I'm close to something groundbreaking. Looking at my map. Can I... Ooh. I'm hitting many buttons on my keyboard to see if I'm able to look around on the map, but I don't think I can. So all I can look at is the current location I am in. I think if I go down... No, I wasn't allowed to go down from my farm because there was that eyeball blocking it. So I guess that's not an option. Charlotte.
There are machines that help you clean up in the Island of Science, right? That sounds so helpful.
I have not seen them, so I don't actually know. Interesting, Charlotte. Are bots not welcome here? Oh, such a hostile community. I look over at Alia, though. I feel like she wouldn't be allowed to be here if that were true. Also, I choose you, Artichoke. Imagine getting into a Pokemon battle and you just throw food at your opponent. Though at the same time, I mean, you do have something like Execute. You're just kinda... Execute. I choose you. And out from your backpack, you just pull out an egg carton that you open up that just has a bunch of normal eggs in it that you've drawn faces on, and you just start throwing them at your opponent's Pokemon. Your opponent's like, that's just a bunch of eggs! Stop saying that about my Execute! I love them! As you keep throwing the eggs at them. The evolved form is the tree. Yeah, the evolved form is the tree. The first form is just a bunch of eggs with faces. Equip a tree branch and try to hit the grass and pots. Oh! I didn't realize that we could use tree branches weapon, which apparently only has 7 durability and 2 attack power. I guess we'll go ahead and just load up our... Ooh, I forgot about the fishing pole we picked up. We need to try fishing too. Yes, I've got mint and weed. Chet, we're gonna have an awesome time later now. The weed has been collected. Who wants some? I grab the weed and I hand it towards Chet. Make sure you keep in mind your local laws though. I'm not responsible if it is not legal in your state or other location. Artichoke might not be the strongest, but they have hearts. God dang it. Oh! Chet! The future is now. I can collect the apples from the tree. I didn't realize I couldn't just shake it. I had to hit tree with stick. Excuse me, Hugo. Too slow. The apples are mine now. Hit, nerd. Wait. I hit the nerd on the head with my stick, and I ran away. Oh. Artichoke on D's. Nice compliments! Hey, Caco, you're doing great. God dang it, Baldier. Wood panels, huh? Does that mean I could decorate my house with these? Can I break the pots inside of the rich people's house? Can I steal their wealthy items? Do you have cat? Excuse me, Aria. I steal her gardening soil and wood panels. Whenever cats or birds come close, I cannot stop sneezing. It is quite an annoyance. Hey, yeah, thanks for the free shit, loser. I run away, also destroying their extremely fancy and expensive vases. Trash can? I steal their apple core. Ha-ha! My trash now, I say, running away with the apple core. Can I get an apple out of this? Is it bad that I'm destroying the pots and the box that are on the graveyard too? Cannot break the gravestones with stick. I can break pots in the church. Oh! Cringe! Thank you for gifting us up to Baldier. Very nice, thank you. Hiya, Gem dear. You seem so busy. That's all you have to say to me? He just kind of is looking like, hi, you look busy. Guess I shouldn't talk to you. Is he trying to find an excuse and like, oh, don't worry, I'll save you the pain. I know you're busy, so I won't talk to you. And then he just looks away. I accidentally hit the nut on the head. No, I'm sorry, sorry, Megan, my hand slipped. And she's just like, what the heck, dude? Why'd you hit me with your stick?
Good day. Many blessings to you, Jim dear.
Well, Zach, I'm gonna do you a solid and not destroy your fancy purple vases. In fact, I'm even going to leave this pot here unbroken too. I would love if I went to bed and woke up the next day and I just get this angry letter in the mail complaining about how I went around town and was destroying people's stuff. Ooh, iron plate. More powerful than the wood ones. I also really like this cat.
Ooh!
I didn't know that I could hit the animals. I couldn't hit the people. What the fuck? I'm calling Petrie! Go to jail! No, I didn't know I was going to be able to hit the cat shit. I'm sorry. No. Why am I allowed to hit the animals but not the people? You monster. It's true. Walked right up to that cat and took out the stick and was like, but what if? And then I whacked it. How could I do it? I'm a monster. Say hi to the drone? Hi? I accidentally hit the drone with the stick too. I can't believe this. I'm a violent menace and I should go to jail. I walk up to something for conversation. And every time, just out of pure reflex, I hit them with stick. I collect and deliver items that have been put in the shipment box and also pay you for them. You can tell that this one speaks like a robot because it's capitalizing every word. He's also only half in the frame for his little picture. He's too big, I cannot fit. Or more like you're positioning the camera to take his photo and he's like, am I in frame? And says like in the complete wrong spot. Please place any items you want to sell before 8 o'clock in the morning in the box at the farm. Why, thank you, delivery drone. Informative. Oh, see, I just hit the signboard too with my stick. The Grill Brothers Restaurant. Do not hit duck with stick. Walk away. Do not hit orange cat with stick. Walk away. Okay, they're safe. Is sausage horns a thing in the US? Maybe? They might be called something else because I'm not sure that I've heard sausage horns before. Yeah. Explain. I'm intrigued because I do like sausage. And when I hear horn, I picture sort of the chocolate horns, the chocolate cornet rolls that you can make that are shaped like a cone and then filled with chocolate custard because those are delicious. So I'm picturing something similar right now. You take a sausage and put it on your head to look like horns. Imagine now a hot dog unicorn and this person's just walking around with a hot dog kind of glued to their forehead. It's like a sausage wrapped in bread and not fried but baked. Alright, then it does sound pretty much like a chocolate cornet roll. Or pig in a blanket! Yeah, there you go, that's all it is. Sausage horn, I kinda like that phrase though. Alright. Fishing rod. Fishing. Go. I'm doing it, chat. It's me. I got a crab. Chat! This is it. The future is now. We're having a crab feast. Who wants some? I'm handing them out. No! Are you saying you don't want the crab? Or are you getting angry at the hot dog? Okay, alright. That's fine. You can get mad at the hot dog. As long as you're not mad at my crab. Caco has crabs. Phil. Looking at the time, what would this be? 7 o'clock? I can stay up a little bit later. We're going fishing again. I'm also looking over to the left. Is that another shrine? Certainly not a tomato shrine, but what the heck kind of shrine is that? A shrine for the weather? Because the little symbol that's on the ground resembles a cloud with rain. But on top of it, is that a moon man maybe with little leggies? Oh, talking about the bacon? It's like a skin blanket. I don't know. We've made some steak wrapped in bacon before, and that's pretty good. Or meatloaf wrapped in bacon, also pretty good. Hot dog wrapped in bacon, why not? Hot dog wrapped in bacon, wrapped in bread. You know what's foul? I haven't seen a Dag stream in 5 ever. Dagnardia, where's your streams, huh? What? My inventory full? This inventory does not look full to me. Is the pond full? Or is it because I've accidentally switched off my fishing rod? No. I guess I have fished all of the crabs out of the pond for now. Well, I guess I'm gonna go to bed now. Well, hang on, I also have a workbench here. Wood panel, wood processed into a thin panel, has many uses. Same with stone blocks, same with hay, which is used to put in the silo to feed the stock, which is made from weeds. There's also just some grass, which I can use for decoration. Do you think I could make the grass and then sell it? Because I'm seeing 10G down there. Maybe I can turn my weed into money. You know, be a weed farmer over here. Oh, Worm! Worm, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you back again. What would you like to do? Rest and save. Ecosystems are overrated. Now parking lots, on the other hand. But we don't even have vehicles, Baldir. I might be more willing to agree, but all we've got is a drone out here. I know some folks who know a thing or two about turning weed into money can get y'all together. I rub my hands together as a farmer in need of cash.
Good morning, Jim dear.
Here, let me give this to you before I forget. Yes, my sandwich. Yes.
It's bothersome having to go to the seed shrines every day, isn't it? That's when a seed maker comes in handy. But I only have the plan that tells us how to make it.
I've got a seed maker plan.
We need someone that knows how to build machines.
The nerd in town? Hugo? Yeah?
I have an idea. Do you know where Hugo lives?
It means Alia watches you sleep? Creepy? You mean you don't want Alia to stare at you the entire time while you're trying to rest? You're laying on one side, facing over, towards the wall. You see wall. You flip over to the other side as you look instead to Alia, and you're like, huh. And Emily, hello, welcome, shimp farmer. Is that what's gonna be every time? And, alright, reading through, I think that message is fine. Gonna allow that one through. Immediately bought that 20 minutes game after seeing your stream. That game is wonderful. All the characters give off such wonderful fuck off, I'm gay vibes as I put on some sunglasses and then jump on a motorcycle and then flip off a bunch of judgmental people and then just ride off into the sunset. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, I'm addicted to the word shimp. It's stuck in my brain. It's okay, Emily. It's also funny seeing you use it too. High quality. Into it. I didn't know about permitting that phrase at first, sorry. That's okay, Welly. Don't worry about it. I've got you covered.
Hugo used to be Professor Jada's assistant.
Oh, that's why he's the nerd? Does that also mean Hugo is at least 30? No, it wouldn't be that he's at least 30 years old because everybody went through that time warp, so I don't think anybody aged, yeah? Yeah.
I think he'll be able to build the seed maker as long as we bring the plan to him.
Alright. I grab my... But before we go, I water my tomato. Also, she made the comment about checking the shrine every day, so we're gonna go back down here to the tomato shrine. Hello? Seeds? Yes? Don't mind if I do. Wait. I give my tomato to the shrine. We did it. Offering 30 will increase your HP SP capacity by 5 points. I think that's all that does then. That's why you want to give the crop to shrine, I suppose. Grab my butt before we go. Is that what I'm asking of Alia, or is that what she's asking of me? Put my tomato up here. Do you think I can get an apple seed out of this apple core? Do you think I could sell that for money, actually? I'm gonna make my money off of trash. How much does it say it sells for? 1G? Hey. Hey. That's an infinite amount more than I have right now at 0. Didn't realize that would be a frictional comment. I think the only reason it kind of comes across as frictional is because of people who use it in a negative context when that is not okay. You know, if you actually use it appropriately. So it's kind of automod that is grabbing it, taking the one little section and going, as an AI, I don't know, is this being used in an acceptable manner? And you were using it fine, so it's good. What is this and what is our purpose? First, Legionary Prime. Hello. This is Picontier. It is a farming game, as well as some adventure. We haven't really gotten to the adventure. We're still on the farming. We also need to locate Hugo. Where is Hugo? I'm looking at my map. I think that's him on the left. Hang on. I did not notice this achievement board. Oh, look! I did it! The story begins! You see that? That trophy? That's mine. It's me. Better safe than sorry. People on Twitch are wild. They can be, indeed. I'd rather not, you know, foster that kind of wild community. Be an accepting community, thank you. That's why Hugo's laboratory. Not a library, his lab. Hang on, I'm walking outside to look at it again. This does not match the aesthetic with the rest of the town, does it? Hang on, let me grab my tree branch so I can steal his copper and iron plate. His house is a mess? Oh! But look at him! I stand and I watch Hugo sleep. That's incredible, Professor Jada. Shoo! Oh. I stand next to Hugo's bed as I just stare at him. Except I can't actually just stand here waiting for him to wake up, because the game's time does not pass when I'm inside of buildings. So we're gonna have to wait outside until he wakes up. Well, I guess while I'm waiting, I'll go ahead and take all the weeds out of his yard. Don't mind if I do. These are going into the weed stash for later, so I can profit off of this. Probably dreaming of molecules, dork. And I, myself, do not push up any glasses, as I am not a dork. Like him, I say, pointing. I adjust my sunglasses.
Hi, Jim dear. How can I help you today?
Huh? I'm holding out the blueprint to him.
That's the plan of a seed maker, isn't it? This brings back memories. Professor Jada asked for my help to build this a long time ago. Look at the design over here. See these pipes? That's my work.
Wow, I'm really impressed, Hugo. Someone give this guy a prize. The bonds between those two like Gray is like probably dreaming of molecules, dork. And Willie's were like, put the bonds between them. Hugo's actually having an adult dream about the bonding of molecules. Oh my.
Can you make it?
I ask him.
Professor Dredo would be able to make it in an instant. I see he hasn't come back home yet, has he?
Hugo, more like huge goober. Damn, Bumpkin, this is why you're one of the cool kids, and why Hugo over here is just a dork. Hell yeah, I give a high five to Mr. Bumpkin. Yeah! Hello there, welcome. Hey. You're writing Osmosis Jones yellow fanfic, god dang it.
Alright, leave it to me then. I'll need some materials to make it. We can use the iron barrels outside my house to create iron plates, but
I start sweating nervously because I've already kind of destroyed them and taken them.
But I'll need wood panels and stone blocks to build its foundation. Apart from that, I'll need 100G to get the parts I need. Here, I'll repeat the materials to gather again. Iron plate 5, wood panel 5, stone block 5, and 100G. Well, I need 2 more plates. We've got enough panels.
We need all of the blocks. We don't have any of them. But we also are completely poor. So we're gonna have to wait on that one until we've got the money. So maybe what we're gonna have to do is sell these tomatoes that we're growing. If we gather up 100 weeds, we would also be able to make enough money that way.
Yeah, why don't you go get it yourself?
Except for the fact I'm the one that's going over to him and asking for it to be made. So, maybe he's gonna get angry we made that joke at him, and he's gonna be like, alright, make it yourself then. And then he just shoves the blueprint back over at me in a huffy mood, crosses his arms, and stomps away.
Good morning, Jim dear.
Okay, that's all. Oh, wow, she was excited. She's like,
oh, hell yeah, what's in the nothing!
Oh. Charlotte eats whatever I put on the table. I feel so appreciated when I cook for her. I just wish Will would finish everything too.
Good morning. We aren't open yet.
Yeah, that's wholesome. I picture sometimes cooking for someone and then, like, their excitement over eating it. Like making, say, cookies or chocolates or something, and then being like, oh, thank you. And then it feels wholesome and nice. I'm looking around. Do we have... Wait, did I double check that tree? I'm not sure I paid attention to the tree down there. Let me go ahead and grab these flowers real quick, as well as the water bottle while I'm up here. Back down to the tree. I forgot to take... I also didn't try to give any flowers to her. Hang on. I really want to do that. I guess that means that I cannot put this in the hot bar. So maybe when I try and gift them something, I'm gonna put this on an empty spot here while I talk to them.
Why, hello, Jim dear. Good morning to you.
We go in for the gift attempt.
Just between you and me, I actually feel uncomfortable around Arya's collection. Is Isn't it a little creepy?
The collection, Aria was the lady that lived in the fancy rich house, and the fancy rich house had all of the taxidermy, yeah? Is she referring to that? I love cooking for that reason. Yeah, I guess that matches up for art. That's why I really like making art for people, and doing art is when I make it and I give it to them and they're like, thank you, and I'm like, you're welcome. I love the way this game looks, cozy with those bright, bold colors. I do as well. It's got a very good visual style to it. I'm giving her the flower. It raised her liking, just her friendship, just a little bit.
Hi, thank you.
Well, you can also see, though, it did not add white flour to the things she likes, so I think she's indifferent to it. She at least didn't dislike it, but it's so fun to give art and food to people. Just past night, my partner and I made a huge pot of chicken and dumplings for some friends who came over. Oh, that sounds really nice. What a good time. So, to level that up, could you take, like, you draw a picture of yourself giving stuff to your friends as you also give stuff? Why is she staring at my tree? Oops, I hit her on the head.
Hugo said he was going to make a vacuum cleaner for me. I wonder when it'll be done.
Is she just looking at the tree sadly, wishing that she could have gotten an apple? I'm sorry, Charlotte. Hang on. Wait. Maybe she has a crush on it.
Aw, jeez, I love this tree. Oh.
Do you think it would like me back? Should I give it a letter of confession? I'm giving her an apple. Ooh, she liked that. That gave a pretty good amount. It didn't look like it added it to her likes, maybe? Hang on. Yeah, it did not add it to her likes amount, or item. But she did like it more than... I'm mixing up the names now. How did I forget? I forgot Dorothy's name. Dorothy. It seemed like Charlotte liked the apple more than Dorothy liked the flower. Paula. I hit Paula with stick.
I wonder when Megan came to Magmail. A church was suddenly built here and Megan was suddenly there.
Well, it feels that way. Do you think they came while everybody was asleep and then they fell asleep shortly afterwards? My favorite part of art is all the silly stuff that happens in between, the funny faces and silly poses. Sometimes you think you messed up, but then it goes down a whole new path. When you're able to reinterpret the art you're making to have it be something you still like, when it feels like you might have messed up at first or did something wrong, it's nice. Certainly. More crab? Dang it, why is there so many? There's so much crab. The other little pond we're fishing at, over here where we're fishing, it's just crab. I say as I get a sardine. Let me peek in the fish house. Where are my fish points? Crab, sardine. I've got 7 fish points. 3 more and we can get that first recipe. Would I even be able to cook anything though? I don't think that I've got, a kitchen or whatever. Then again, other people do have kitchens in their homes, and they do have the little cooking symbol. Could I sneak into other people's houses? And just use their kitchens, maybe? Crab fishing is hella fun. What? Certainly you don't fish for crabs the same way you do for fish. Imagine grabbing a fishing pole as you bring your bobber down, hoping that the crab is gonna hook with its little claw, just grip on, and then you fish it out that way. I imagine you don't fish for crab like that. How do you fish for a crab? I know there's those crab sort of little cages. You attach a clam on the line. Hang on, so do you fish for them like normal? It does work. Oh my god. Crab sees clam. Floating down from above. Crab looks up. The ocean gods has gifted Crab with clam. Crab knows not where clam has come from, but it wants it anyway. It reaches up to grab clam, and suddenly, Crab starts ascending so fast. Whoa! And then you have Crab. I used squid, and they seemed to like it. This makes me think I remember one day on YouTube, as I'm looking around, there's some YouTube channels that have submarines, and they send down the sub and get recordings of sea creatures. And there was one where there was a crab that was hanging out at it was either just a general sort of crack in the ground that was dispensing some bubbles, or a pipe that was dispensing bubbles. I don't recall exactly, but the crab was attempting to grab bubble to eat. It didn't like it. Were any of the subs yellow? We didn't see the sub, so I don't know. It could have been a yellow submarine. Dagnardio throws a clam tied to a string to the crab knight. Will he grab for it? Hey, Gem dear, what's up? Will, is that it? I'm just gonna say, oh, look, Paulo is out here hanging out with Duck. I'm also looking at this fountain now that appears to be a sort of minotaur figure. Look at him, just barfing up all the water. How much? Oh, well, sticks only sell for 1G also. I need to go back to my house so I can make some stone block. Oh, hang on, I did talk to Drone today. Hi, Drone. The joints of the delivery box is starting to creak a little. Wait, Megan, come back!
Good day. Fine weather for an outing, isn't it?
One day. So, as a nun, if there is romancing, will we be allowed to marry none? I'm stealing this person's apple, by the way. In one of the Harvest Moon games, there is a nun character in one of them, and you can't marry her because she's a nun. You can romance her, you can get romance events with her, but you can't actually marry her when it comes down to the end. You're restricted. I'm more of a romance the Amazon drone kind of guy. Pumpkin looks between the drone and the nun, and he says, I want that one, pointing over towards the drone. The drone, confused, just says, excuse me? The Catholic Church wins again. Oh, just a nun with benefits? Shy guy, no. Wonder what kind of gifts Alia would like. There is also a storage box, so I can start hucking stuff in there, too. Okay. I suppose we can make 9 of these, or, sorry, 10. Check. I'm so good at crafting. Oh. Okay, so it takes up the same amount between both the hay and the grass. We're gonna make up as much hay as we can. That way we can sell some of it. That way we'll be able to make that seed maker. Let's head over to the box and huck it all in. The nun looks at you and says, you will have none of these, as she honks her clown nose. I'm really curious what we can do with this apple core, I'm gonna be honest. I want to know, can we make this into seed? I'm gonna keep a hold of this until we get the seed maker so I can find out. That was a great joke. If you're talking about the none of these, Shy Guy's the one who did it. But the clown none. Clown wife? Now I'm interested. Hang on. Have you ever considered, chat, Stardew Valley, right? You're able to mod all of the characters' portraits as well as their little sprites. Have you ever wanted a clown wife in your farming game? Mod them in. Just take your favorite bachelor, bachelorette, and put some clown makeup on them, and put them in clown clothing, and boom. You've got your clown waifu husbando, you know? Not really. No? Now you have. Now, imagine the Stardew Valley mod that turns everybody in town into a different kind of clown. You've got some mimes, you've got some traditional clowns, you've got a couple of horror clowns. The possibilities, chat. I moved some hay over here, thus giving us the 100G needed. I could also sell my fish, I suppose. I don't really have... Oh my god. Nine crabs. 80 gold apiece. I'm rich. Chat, we're in the money now. All it took were these crabs. Now we just have to wait for tomorrow so I can reap the benefits. Yes. Yes! If Space Station 13 has taught me anything, it's that mimes are not to be trusted. Well, isn't that the case with the clowns too? Isn't that really the case with everything in Space Station 13? Never trust anyone? You go over to the geneticist and you're like, excuse me, I would like 1 gene testing, please. 1 mutation for me? And the geneticist is like rubbing their hands together, putting on their glasses, their goggles, strapping them on, and they're like, sure, it'll be a good one, I promise. And then you grow concerned. You can always trust to never trust a clown. You can't even trust yourself. You can trust admins, smile. Can you? You look over towards the admin that's lurking over in the corner, like, just sort of hiding in the shadows, smiling at you. They're nodding slightly. You can trust me. You start sweating as they're reaching towards their admin tools. Is there anything to do in the basement? I'm double checking it. Yeah, there will not be anything I can do down here unless I get something that I can place, or I get oil that I can unrust that door. I trust moderators! A foolish decision. The moderators are harmless, like a baby with a gun. Don't let your guard down. The baby can still pull the trigger. Let us back in the pod, Alia! We want a nap! But she doesn't let us. There is no pod nap time. I'm also just kind of... Wait, see? This is why I'm trying to walk around, making sure that I have destroyed everything I can around town for the day. Like grabbing that log. Goldburn, I guess I'll talk to you? The church, God, cemetery. Sister Megan talks about many strange things. Mr. Goldburn only believes in money. Church? God? No, no, that seems pretty out there. He only gets money. Hang on. We just... Oh! Chat! That's 80 gold that we're stealing from these guys. I'm also stealing from their oh. Never mind, their trash can was empty. Could I grow crops into their little garden? They've got this little place right here. a little crop section with a little stump in it. Could I plant stuff for them? Fill it with flowers? Or would they prefer crops? Free 80G! Imagine someone just walking into their house, opening your fridge, getting very excited and grabbing something out of it and holding it up and being like, yes! Look! I'm rich! And they're just holding up just a crab that you had in there that you're gonna eat for dinner, and they just run outside your house afterwards. What the heck? And hello there, TV. Welcome. It costs 750 gold for 5 tomatoes? Oh. Melissa? That's expensive. How much do you suppose it costs? I know you're commenting on the bread. I did just go into the restaurant. I wonder how much they charge for their bread. Is there anything else that I can steal and destroy around town? Oh, since it looks like everybody replaces the stuff I break every day, boom. There's our additional iron plates, which I think should polish off the iron plates that Hugo needs. We've got the wood planks that he requires. We have got the stone blocks that he wanted. So we just have to wait for tomorrow when the drone comes by to pay us. Hang on. I steal Dorothy's herbs, just ripping them out of her garden and running away. Jim Deere is a menace. He's a monster. He just enters into the town, hitting cats with sticks, breaking pots and barrels, stealing everybody's crops that they're growing, taking all of the free apples for himself. I'm thinking that the don't show Petri clip that you keep posting as I open it up. I also really like this cat. Ooh. Yeah, me hitting it. Wait. I'm going fishing, and then we'll go to bed. Oily kawaii salad? Enlightened society recognizes that sea fish is sea trash. They put crab in pot because no one wants to eat it. It's garbage. The crab sheds a tear. I love how fast Willie is to just say jail. You after hit the cat. Yeah. Years of friendship with Petri gone. Yeah, that's why she can never know. If Petri ever knew, she would hate. Hang on. We've got the prawn. Is this the shrimp? Or did we catch Pepe? I'm not sure. Oh, I see. That's why you're saying oily kawaii salad, because that's the goddamn name of the link. Charborg had a clip where he made a moan on accident and it had Craigasm in the link. Let me tell you, when the the RNG happens and the clip title that it's ended up with, that randomized URL code lines up with what the clip is about, and you're like, how could this have happened? That sentence made no sense. Is this a shimp or Pepe? We had a stream the other week, and we've ended up with the word shimp. And in this case, because it sounds like shrimp is why I used it. And Pepe, you've got the Muppets character, Pepe the Prawn, which is why I referenced that one. Shemp is the worst stooge? Is one of the three stooges named Shemp? Oh no. I forgot about Pepe. I'll be honest, Colton. I had completely forgotten about Pepe as well until I realized that the Pepe voice in the Monster TTS is Pepe the Prawn. He's the sometimes stooge. He sucks. He's just a random fourth stooge that'll sometimes pop up and be like, hey guys, I'm here to do the slapstick. And apparently he's no good, according to DOS. Oh my god.
Jim, dear, do you like coffee?
I love coffee. Is she going to give me a cup of coffee to go with my sandwich?
Personally, I should keep this a secret.
Does Alia love coffee or does she hate it? Is this a trick where I attempt to give her coffee and she's like, I hate that? Sometimes he comes in instead of Larry. Larry in tears, replaced by Shimp. How could this be happening?
Jim, dear, I wanted to tell you, Hugo put me in charge of maintaining the delivery drone. Well, the only thing I have to do is update its software now and then, to be honest.
Who works on updating the software for Hugo, for the drone? Do you think Ayla likes flowers? She has a flower on her head. Eh, not really.
Yay, thank you.
She puts it on her head. She now has 2 flowers. The morning. Oh, look at the tomato growing. This stage it's got a cute little flower. And we should be able to get a new tomato seed today, yeah? We quickly run down to the tomato shrine. Will we be able to get other shrines later on for new kinds of seeds as well? No offerings, thank you. The next tomato we're gonna harvest too is going straight into the shipping bin, by the way. With particular need... Huh? Uh-oh.
Don't drag me into this. You shimps can bet dog beyond you want, but don't drag me into the shimp drama. Miss Piggy already promised to buy me alive after I asked if she was from the German town Hamburg.
Shimp on diesel mile.
I don't get it, but I am glad we are back to farming.
Thank you, Shy Guy, for the 10 bits. Wow. I like sliding in Knuckles at the end even for his, you know, just empty head bit. I could hardly understand Pepe. Yeah, he was a little bit hard to understand in that little voice line set. Sometimes the AI can be a little difficult to follow. But the fact that we do get the text, you know, there in chat, Shy Guy using the 10 bits, there it all is. I got that to reference. Alright, drone is coming to pick up my shipment of stuff. That means we will get our cash money, and we will be able to ask Hugo to make the seed maker. Come on, drone. Go, 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 go. Rubbing my hands together. I'm ready. There it is. Yes, yes. Oh my god, Charlotte. Jesus. I'm just walking up out here and she's just running past me so fast. Probably to go out and look at the tree again, but I've already harvested the apples off of it. Too late. My apples. Oh, Hugo. Hang on. Oh, I can't believe this. I didn't destroy his house barrels. How could have I missed them? I grabbed them all, shoving them in my pockets. Okay, Hugo, here you go. Here, I'll repeat the materials. Got them. See that? Plates, done. Panels, done. Blocks, done. Money, covered. I give it to him. You've gathered all the materials. I'll start with the preparations immediately. I'll see you tomorrow at the farm. Oh, more waiting. I guess that means more running around town, just getting my weeds for the day. Hang on, was there a trash can in Hugo's house that I could steal from? There is. I got a wilted flower. Yeah, it makes sense that that's in the garbage. Furry Run is so high quality now, it's somehow even worse? Is it more high? Has it changed? I'm squinting at it? Hi, Megan.
Trevor's desserts are delicious.
Do you think that means Megan likes dessert foods? Have you seen Marl lately? If you ever find her in trouble, please lend a helping hand. And... Loud crashing noise from upstairs. I sweat nervously. And if you could tell her of my great deeds, that would be even better. I'm counting on you. Why does he want me to tell her his great deeds? Now I'm also curious, are he and Arya siblings? Or are they married? Petrie has entered the house. Or an assassin. An assassin is going after Caco. The cat clip where I hit cat with stick. Someone showed it to Petrie. Petrie, devastated, crying.
I have to show Caco that she cannot get away with this. I'm sorry. I know that we've been friends for a long time, but...
And then she sends her assassins after me. Or herself, because she is the assassin. Petrie does like games about stealing, breaking into people's houses. I sweat nervously. Why does the statue in the church have a smiling hat? Because it's happy! It's a happy hat! If you had a choice between just a normal hat or a hat that is in a good mood, wouldn't you choose that happy hat? Tell her about Deed's nuts! Bill? You criminal. Hat P? Crime number 2. I want a bad hat or a sad hat? Oh no! Willie's hat over here just crying. Petrie scares me despite her very pleasant demeanor. Isn't that true for all of us? We look over at Petrie, sweating nervously. She could crack at any moment and just take us all out. Good morning. It is a perfect day for a sermon. I feel this way about Zach too. It makes me nervous. There's something about him. I did comment about how Zach and Megan just kind of came out of nowhere. Where did they come from? Oh look, another ADG crab! Yay! I did find 2 crabs. I'm pretty sure the tools from the blacksmith guy were 150G, right? That means I could afford one now, with the 2 crabs that I found. Oh, look! Dorothy, don't mind if I do. Do you think... What happens if I give Dorothy just straight back her mint and basil? It's time for the gift attempt. Hey, I harvested this from your garden. Do you like them? Not really. Maybe next time.
Maybe we could make the 2 crabs into something more.
Willie, are you implying that we should breed the crabs? Oh, jeez. I don't know I can do that. I'm nervous? One time, a stripper said I was intimidating, and I'm like, huh? Girl, I'm in a light blue dress with hearts all over it. How am I intimidating you? It's the hearts. They couldn't handle the love. Oh, nervous. And Tarank, hello there, welcome. The music in this game sounds like Pokemon. I mean, look around at the area. It's looking pretty, Pokemon.
Don't say that.
Too late. She was intimidated by your looks. Oh, maybe that's the case. Looking over at the dress and is like, oh, geez, they're so cute. I feel intimidated. Morning. Hey, your hair's a mess. What the hell is up with Will? Every time I talk to him, all he says is just like, hello. Hey. Aren't you busy? And then he looks away and doesn't want to talk to me. And now he's commenting about my hair being a mess. Dude, Will, what the frick? I hope you fall down. Willie, whoa, jeez. That's pretty extreme, don't you think? Oh, and Vampy, hello there. Welcome. Hey, nice to see you here.
Good morning. It's good to see you up and happy.
Thank you. I'm glad to see you happy too, Paula. Though then again, if you describe something as up and happy, something, Why does Paula loiter on your land? I mean, other people have loitered on my land too. We would see Charlotte staring at my tree, you know? And then over at my little free space area, Hugo did hang out as well. I guess people just like my farm. I recognize the name. I thought I come and watch. Ah, well, welcome. It's happy time. Rubbing my hands together. It's always happy time. Not gonna lie, I misheard Charlotte as Shartlet. Oh, that feels, well, isn't that a Gata moment? Someone you dislike, you're bullying, their name is Charlotte, and as your insult phrase, you say Shartlet. God damn. Extreme. Critical damage. Damn. Willie's harsh. He's telling people that they hope they fall down, calling Charlotte Shartlet. You do know what a shart is, right? It's just slang for shit, isn't it? 2d10 psychic damage. I cannot... Oh god, no. Uh-oh, I'm sweating. Is that not what it is? Essentially, okay, it is what it is. Shart issues. Sharklet. Oh. Except spelled like that, it ends up just being read as shark? Without the T, period? Just little tiny baby shark? Shart week. Oh no! Concho, hello there. Welcome. Hey. Oh, hang on. I did not destroy this person's pots yet. What a fool. There wasn't even anything in their pots. Looks like I'm gonna have to rob them of their garbage, which has a broken bottle in it, and destroy their house barrels as well. Now you regret mentioning it. Too late. I'm not sure about physically, but Welly, I feel, can be a psychological assassin if he needs to be. Well, Welly the wordsmith. Shart, it's when you accidentally propel matter together with gas. Oh. Welly has advantage on emotional damage rolls. He's too powerful! It's that Petri effect, too. They're just both very wholesome and friendly people for the most part, that when they turn and they do the, you know, I hope they fall down twist that you're like, ooh. You know it's extreme. Well, he has disadvantage against weeb damage rolls, though. Recall that, Welly Skeleton emote that I made for the Discord. I think we're gonna go ahead and hoard all of our sticks here in my storage. The storage box is just filled with sticks. Look at all of them. Who knows when I'm gonna need a tree branch, you know? In fact, I'm putting all of my garbage into my storage bin. Somebody's gonna come into my house at some point, and they're gonna wonder what I've got stored away in my box. They're like, huh, I wonder what they've got in their chest. And they're gonna open it up and it's just a bunch of trash. I also still have sticks in my hotbar, so I should also take them off so I can put them into my storage bin as well. There we go, okay. Clicking the wrong buttons, I want to do that to move it. There we go, better order. And then I can put away these sticks properly. There we go. See, look at that, storage box filled with trash. So an RPG protagonist? That is me. Hello. The RPG protagonist trash collector.
Hey, yeah. Willie-chan. Wanna know why they call me Tear Strong? It's cause my love is so strong I'll tear you to pieces.
That's a good one. And thank you, Slime, for the bits. And Vampy, thank you for the follow. Appreciated. Oh, even giving little heart eyes. How nice. Oh no, as Colton lifts up a little microphone slowly to his face, smiling. Can we pretend as he looks directly at Willie's eye holes, and Willie just starts sweating. Please don't. Not that. This is where you get an advantage roll against them. Look at my time. Currently 12. You know what? Let's just go ahead and go to bed. That way we can have Hugo make our seed maker so we can progress plot-wise. Real quick though, I'm gonna go peek over at the cat. So, do you suppose that that cat is not actually painted? Is this cat okay? Is it actually just stuck in the garbage can? I'm concerned. Is this like an eldritch cat trash can? Because I saw its head twitching, and it has feet. When I've just been, you know, over here, I've just kind of assumed that that cat face is painted on it. It's a cat trash turtle, you know? It makes it feel more welcoming when you describe it that way.
Wanna see what's inside?
Yes. Fish bones? But why? Don't mind if I do. Looks like disposed items get moved here. If cat trash gets full, the older items vanish. That's something to keep in mind. It's strange, but fish bones seem to get added daily regardless of what you dispose. I think we'll just let those bones, we'll just let them rest in there. It's already in the trash can. It already is hanging out where it belongs. We'll let it stay. We go to sleep. I also like that take a nap is an option. Why don't more games have nap as option, right? I just want to take a little rest. I don't need to sleep all night. It's only 15 o'clock right now. Just sleep for a short time. New day. No nappies? I cannot believe this. You've paired this with the bed emote. You have said no nappies, but what else is nappies slang for? Diapers. So now I just picture instead that you're upset that you don't get to wear any diaper, and you're looking around looking, and you're like, where's the nappy? Is it? Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is too. See, Phil's nodding. It is. Here you just wanted an actual nap. You know, you wanted to lie down in bed and sleep for a little bit. But But now you find out instead, oh no! They're handing you diapers instead! That's not what you wanted! Caco, why? It's not my fault that nappy is slang for diaper. I'm not the one that made it up. Oh, jeez. What the frick? Oh. Hi, Jim dear. It's a fine day. Here's the seed maker you asked for. You know, putting seed maker in quotation marks makes me kind of concerned, actually. Now that you can make seeds out of the vegetables you grow. I only had one battery, so that will limit your use of it to once a day. We can add more batteries later to upgrade it, so till then, you have to make do with one. Short nappies. Yep, it's a Sunday. How does this happen? Purity tainted, can never return to sleep nappy. It's just diaper nappies now. Well, I guess I'll head back home now and have a rest. If you find any other plans, bring them to me. I'll see what I can do. You know a reason that we're upset about no nappies? It's because it means we have to take a bathroom break. Chat, I'll be right back. It's time for a break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You can get up, go to the bathroom yourself, or grab a snack, grab a drink, you know, maybe stretch a little bit. I will be right back, as I will play an ad here, but don't worry. You won't miss anything. I'll be right back, chat. Alright. Is that a Caco I see? As I'm about to swap off the BRB screen. Yes! Hello there, Emily! Welcome! Welcome to the stream! As I now swap back to the game. Alright. And let me see here. There, that's the button. I got it. We're going outside so we can go run over. Oh wait, we already had Hugo talk to us about the seed maker. We harvest my tomato. We water my crops. And now we can go over. Now, hang on. Looking around, hang on. I also noticed that there's a key items option over there. Do you see that? Ah, there's the sun pendant. Don't know how we use that. We've already taken care of this seed maker plans. It also had a cloth-like carrier that you could play the console with it on when it fell in. Oh no, it got soaked with toilet water. Look at that! Press Z to make 10 tomato seeds, which takes 3 tomatoes. Oh. Well, I do not have 3 tomatoes. I guess that means I'm also not going to sell this tomato. I'm going to hoard it until I have multiple. Ayla is the seed maker. Well, she also can control the PA system, so maybe all of my electronic devices are all hooked up to Ayla, and she is the AI brain of all of them. That might be the case. Now I just need to gather up my tomato seed for the day. It's kind of like a daily chore. Some people have to go out and just... Oh, god dang it. I can't believe I've done this. I just accidentally used my tomato and donated it to the shrine. Well, there goes my tomato, I guess. This game is cute. It is. I really like the style of it. I think it controls alright. I think there might be... Like if I was able to do hold a key and kind of make him walk sideways would be nice when I get a larger farm, but for now it's okay. Overall, I am liking the style of the game a lot. The drone will arrive, sure. I found a tweet last night where a guy just posted really cringe but amazing shirts people have custom made, and one is Heath Ledger's Joker next to Joaquin Phoenix saying, "Go get him, brother," and I really want that shirt now. Wait. I mean, I don't know if they're selling it, or if you could make your own version of it. There are certainly t-shirt places where you can do it. Ayla can also control time. Yeah, but she can only do that once every 10 years, so it's both impressive and not. I also don't know the extent of how that functions exactly. Like, is there a kind of limit? I'm hoping for another crab. Ugh, no crab. That's a terrible shirt idea. You should definitely get one. And then comes the second question, is if you got that shirt, would you actually wear it and go out places where people would see it? My number one dessert? I guess that would be my fruit tarts. They never get bad reviews. You would wear it out places? Well, power to you. Emily's too strong. She wears the shirt out in public and proudly. You can't stop her. I know because of the clothing that I wear, I do not wear t-shirts. I just wear them as night shirts. So if I ever did get a meme shirt, it would pretty much only be seen by me and the people I live with. Hey Dorothy, it's time. Do you think Dorothy likes apples? I need to find something she likes. Not really. Do you think eating Ayla's sandwiches every day, that's a good thing to do and will make an impact on my character? Or should I hoard them when I can fight monsters? Oop. She's apple neutral. Yet honestly, when I give gifts and it's like, do you like this? If it's just a neutral, I'm okay with that. Because otherwise, if it's a dislike, that's a friendship point loss, and I don't really want that. Well, that restored my SP. I'm not sure, with the sort of simple take that this game has, I wouldn't imagine that the food would build anything over time or whatnot. My friend bought me a shirt that said I have demons inside, and sometimes they win. But it had the oh whoa, ooh woo, oh whoa, but the last one, the O's were blacked out. Caco, I played 2 gacha games for 10 hours straight yesterday. I did a 5-day event, 10 hours in. Just getting sucked in, Emily, to the gacha games. Hey! Did you know my character here, they're a gacha? This guy, Professor Guy Leda, told us to go home and hide in our basement. And I did so, and I went into this little pod for 30 years. And the pod, it was like me inside of it, making me in a gacha pod. There I am. That also instantly makes me think of Shenmue, since they had the little toy machines in it, where you could get little gacha figures. Play the gacha in-game, and because the game is made by Sega, you could get, Sonic the Hedgehog figure. Hell yeah. Have you played a gacha that has infinite energy exploit? Have you, Tarank? Are you rubbing your hands together and you're like, some of those gacha games. Would you like to play a game of Lucky Hit? Yep, there you go. And then you slowly work your way up to gambling to get money. Gambling money. Good morning. I feel so awake. It's a good time for research. Isn't it always for Hugo? He's always ready to research. Looking at my map here, we can only go, while in the town, down to my farm, and to the right, and to that other map area, but I don't know how I can get any further. kind of like we've got two choices for directions, and they're both blocked off by that eyeball. Do not hit cat with stick. Take note. It's bad. You can't hit them. Don't hit them. I sweat nervously. I will. People, however, you can't hit. My job? A kid's job is to play, of course. Is Will a child? He looks the same as everybody else. I break pots and boxes and barrels, too. Sheesh. This job ain't easy. Will is basically me? Hang on. Oh, Pope! Thank you for the raid, Pope. I hope you had a good stream. Welcome. Welcome. It's always nice to see you. You coming on over? I already said, hope you had a nice stream. Check. We're playing Picontier here. A farming game with a visual style that's kind of like Pokemon. Also, Symmetric Panda. Hello, welcome as well. Got the camera to be a DVD screensaver today. It worked wonderfully. Excellent. Nice job. I remember when you could accidentally hit people with your tools in old Harvest Moon games and they'd get mad. Yeah. Wasn't that, I remember in, I think it was Harvest Moon DS Cute, it might have been in the Game Boy variation where you played as the girl, where the mayor would come by to your house and be like, hey, what's up? And you could get very angry and attack them, and attack the mayor over and over, and then kill the mayor, and then the credits would roll, and you would be taken back to the main menu screen, because you killed him. What the fuck? It's true? It's real. Why was that in a kid's game? Look, sometimes farmers get very angry. I'm going to buy the pickaxe because I really want to clean up my farm. I'm almost curious if I buy a sword if it would give us access to the other areas, though. If I bought pickaxe, do you think I would be able to destroy the eyeballs with it? I'm curious now. Hang on, does he have a fishing pole? Blacksmith, hang on. Fishing? Fishing? No fishing. How am I supposed to fish more after my fishing pole breaks? I've only got 4 more uses out of it. And the crabs were worth so much money. I thought you were gonna end it with you were taken to jail. I suppose you could have been taken to jail. But it ends the game regardless. Sometimes you need to impeach the mayor and it just doesn't go fast enough without murder. The future is now. 1 farm tile has been opened. I'm running and we're going to test real quick over here to see if I can destroy this eyeball. Well, I guess that answers that. I cannot destroy eyeball with pick. Doesn't work. I cannot poke the eye out. But can I use this normal pickaxe to destroy these cracked rocks over here? Can I do that? No? Well, that's unfortunate. It would be cool if you could keep playing and, like, use the mayor's body as fertilizer. It's one thing where the game lets you kill the mayor and you're like, you could kill him in a children's game? Oh my god! But then you take it a step further and go, but what if you can also use his body as fertilizer? Horrifying. Why can't I kill my animals and use them as fertilizer too, dude? Archon! Hello. Welcome. Caco, what the fuck? I'm not the one who suggested the idea. I'm only over here commenting about how you can kill the mayor. That's it. That's it. Jesus Christ, don't approve, man. Are you sure? Could we get a message out to Jesus and ask if he approves of using corpses as fertilizer? With the death of this character, the thread of fate has been severed. Your game ends. Well, I've used up all of my stamina. Cleared up this tiny section of farm up here in the top left corner. So I guess we'll go to bed. Hi, Ayla.
Don't forget to eat when you're hungry. Remember my sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm hoarding them. Speaking of hoarding. Got another boot that we can stack over there. So we're looking over at my chest and it's just like stick. I do have 7 crabs, so that's a decent amount of money. Look, the prawns aren't even worth as much as the crabs still too. Why are the crabs worth so much money when they're the most common thing I'm catching?
Why not? It's nice to have an easy day once in a while. Afternoon naps are such fun.
I like she has no issue that I'm going to sleep at 12 o'clock. Thank you. I sleep. Did Caco find out on her own or did she hear it from others? Do you mean the killing of the mayor? It's kind of a mix. 1, I played the game where you were able to do that. And 2, because of the amount that I was into Harvest Moon as a kid, I would read a lot about the sort of weird bugs or additional little, I don't know if you would call it an Easter egg, but quote-unquote Easter egg in the various Harvest Moon games. So I did read it before I actually did it.
You killed your mayor?
Well, it does happen at the very start of your game, so, you know. Crabs are delish. They are. Lobster is as well.
Jim dear, we have an emergency! A big one!
That probably traumatized some kids, to be honest. Well, maybe the kids shouldn't have made the taken the option to attack the mayor, huh? Maybe it's their fault.
I was checking the footage of our security cameras and I saw something amazing!
We have security cameras? Ayla, I already knew... Wait, hang on. Excuse me? And... Wait, that's the guy that was hanging out on the little statue that's over by those crops. They're taking the eyeball? What do they need the eyeball for? Why is the force field not affecting them? Are their coin bodies immune? Why is money aliens? Just woke up and came into the middle of this conversation. Good timing, Archon, then. Aliens are real! And they're taking eyeballs! I can speak. Did the mayor die for real or just Pokemon fainted? No. He died for real. You kill him. They look like bootleg Mr. Saturns.
Did you see that? It's a UFO! An unidentified flying object! And we've even got the aliens on camera! So aliens really do exist! Ooh, this is so exciting! I wonder if we can catch one alive. Oh, nothing. Nothing to worry about.
Ayla? Is Ayla wanting to, have aliens kept? Is this about Harvest Moon DS? I'm pretty sure you can kill them in 2 ways in that. Was it? Wasn't one of... Okay, was it the 2 ways that you attack and kill him? Or do you start trying to attack him? And then you have your dog kill him? Like, are those both options? It has at least been long enough that that part is kind of muddied. I know at minimum you can kill the mayor, and it causes your game to end. I know that. Wait a second. I do know in Harvest... Number 2. In Harvest Moon DSQ, you can level up all of your crops. If you grow poison mushrooms on your farm and upgrade them to level 100, you can then take that poison mushroom and during a harvest festival where the town makes a soup that everybody can contribute ingredients to, if you take that level 100 mushroom and put it into the stew. Everybody will eat the stew and die. And then that ends your game as well. I absolutely picked that option. It just ends your save file. Yeah, Archon. With the mayor. Caco, did you do that? That one I did not do because it takes a long time to level up your crops. So getting a mushroom to level 100 would take a long time. Don't drink the Kool-Aid! Don't taste the holy water! Yes, I mean, no, the holy water's fine. The Kool-Aid that we've got in the bowl over there, go on, grab a cup. Ever had the patience for that as a kid? Yeah. By extension, chat, in just that Harvest Moon DS cute, they had a couple of specialer, not just DS cute, the normal DS. The normal DS one, where he plays the guy character. They have the different special bachelorettes that will require some additional things that you might have to do or are harder to romance. And the Witch Princess is one of the characters, and one of the requirements in order to marry her is you do have to put one of the toxic mushrooms into the stew for the town to eat. It doesn't have to be the level 100, but you do have to do it and poison the town one time. Give them all food poisoning. I remember hearing a story about how a lot of people at a church all got sick because the pastor didn't wash his hands and bless them with holy water. Oh, yikes. Thanks for not washing your hands, sir. Witch Princess! Oh, welly. Witch Princess, yeah, Phil, you'll never want to go for her, but I do know you don't like the witches, but hey. Can you give them other funny ailments? If only, you say as you look down sadly at your weed, wishing it did more. You have to, like, let animals die as well? Yeah. Okay, you have to do all these evil things, but the real question is she cute? I mean, I think so. Hang on. Harvest Moon DS Witch Princess. I hit enter. I go over to pull up the images. I look around, which is a good one to grab, because she has her in-game art, and then she has her little character portrait art, which do look mildly different. I think I'll go ahead and grab this one. I'll grab our little snipping tool. And, right there, grab that. Right? It got snipped. There she is. Let me just, transform that to reset the transformation. That way it's not all tilted, but here you go. This is the Witch Princess, who is cute as hell. I like the redheads in games. Yeah, they're cute. Shy Guy's looking just like, oh, cute. Welly Haver's kind of looking just like, Not Welly's taste. That's okay. Looking at her fur boots, they are cute. They are excellent fur boots. I think, though, also, if we kind of do a little bit of an enhance, you see that? That might be a skull brooch right here. This art has her smiling. This isn't accurate. Archon, please. She definitely would smile. Like, you can think back of one of the things she'll do is totally laugh. She laughs and tilts her head back and is like, oh. Because she's evil. Now let's say, bye, goodbye. As we then bring ourselves back over to Picontier. Or Kitty, Roach. I think you can pronounce it either way. She's the closest thing to the goth GF in the game, I suppose. It is true. Is she a oh-ho-ho-ho archetype? My weakness? I think I would kind of classify her as an oh-ho-ho-ho archetype. Yes. Alright. let's continue with Picontier then. Ooh, foo, 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 foo. Yeah. Type witches though. As you push your fingers together, blushing, you're like, oh heck, oh jeez. Most Harvest Moon games though don't really have characters that are like, ooh, they usually have more of the like, type characters. At least when it comes to the characters you're allowed to romance.
Oh, nothing. Nothing to worry about. Anyway, the UFO took away that strange piece of machinery blocking the exit south of the farm.
Chat going crazy about their types, yeah. We look over at the Witch Princess and now everyone's like,
I like this type of girl.
And, you know, Emily, however, considering, you know what? All girls. True. God, this back sprite of Jim is driving me nuts. It's just staring at me. Yeah, I think he's supposed to have maybe a little hood. But to me, it does look like it is a little face with a green hat on. That's what it looks like to me.
Do you think that black-colored machine was originally made by the aliens? Well, thanks to them removing it, we can explore that area now. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. There are dangerous creatures roaming the fields. Please remember to bring weapons with you. And don't forget your sandwiches.
Oh, she gave me a wooden sword. Now I've got some hard wood. Thank you, Alia. I put it in my quick bar. I'm gonna come back to the crops in just a moment, since I need to grab the seed anyway and plant it. Gecko? Dude, I'm gonna end up donating. I bet I'm gonna gather up this tomato from my field, and every time I head over, because if I had harvested this tomato, I would have 100% accidentally donated it, because I hit the button to do so. I am a menace. And if I keep doing that, I'll never be able to put them into the seed maker to get a bunch of tomato seeds. I'm not sure that you're allowed to stream Ayla giving you hardwood on stream. Twitch toss? Do not look in this direction! Oh jeez! Jim Deer quickly turns away from the camera. Wah wah. Like, mine down in the gutter! As Willie's waving his arms around, but she said it! I love these enemies though, little ghosties, like look at their little leggies as they're walking around with little wings on their heads. The wings don't do anything, but gosh darn, they're cute. I kill them. Look, they're not even fighting back. I'm the monster. They're not hostile. I attack them with my sword and they just kind of continue to wander around aimlessly. They're innocent. Pepto-Bismol bats. Oh. Don't forget your weapons and food when you wander outside. I sweat nervously. Is that a mushroom? Wait, I think the mushrooms are hostile, because you can see that they are faintly walking in my direction. I hit them with sword. You got a bit. Ooh! Ooh! I kill the mushroom, and he just drops his lunch on the ground. I take it. Thanks for the lunch, mushroom. This guy, though, he just had a snack. He probably ate his salad already. What a flower. Ooh, new shrine. What kind? Sugar cane? Huh. I was gonna get excited about how we could start making sweets, but I don't think I can make any dessert item using tomatoes and sugar. I just take the tomato, cut it up, and sprinkle sugar on top? I don't know how that would be. 3. Oh, God. Archon looks at it and is just like, look, it's like a colon 3. Who left all this garbage out here? Someone's making a mess. I clean it up. So much tidier now. It was a colon 3. You can make American tomato soup, which has a pound of sugar per tomato. I guess we would need sugar to make most American foods now, wouldn't we? The hatch creaks when you pull at it, yet won't budge. Looks like it's rusted. Dang it! Just like the basement of my house. Didn't my sword have 20 durability on it? It has 4 already? Dang, the sword is, kinda weak. Kinda not very good. Do you think the slime drops anything good over there? Slime, am I gonna have to kill your friend? Spinach shrine, yes. No, do not do anything else. Uh-oh. The slime isn't hostile either, though. I pull out my sword. Oh! But look! I got a pretty blue flower out of it! Maybe I should kill more. Get more flowers. I do like flowers. And think, what if one of the girls in town likes blue flowers? I'm squinting? Can I befriend this statue? Unknown. Relationship up! Chat, I can befriend this statue knight. Yeah! Why, come look here. Must be a pleasant lad. Come to admire my poise. Yodelay? Oh. Oh, just kidding. Nobody on this island can hear my voice. Hey, wait, what? Do you mean to say you can hear me, good sir? This is a miracle! Oh, after all these years! Pardon my manners, I must introduce myself. I am known as Desar. Oh, the hero that saved this island from the claws of the Red Dragon! Well, at least I think I am. A petrification victim? Either a statue made in the honor of the guy, or yeah, a victim of petrification. I don't know. Peasant. Stop it! Just normal peasant! Remember? No nappies! Can I kill him in 7 hits? No. Do I have any extra tree branches? No. I'm doomed. I guess I can't kill that guy. Well, bye, slime. If I come down here again, I'm gonna have to make sure that I do have my inventory absolutely filled with the sticks. Hi, Alia. What are you doing down here?
According to my database, Avery also comes from the Island of Science.
Okay. Sure. I walk away. Would someone who becomes petrified become a redhead who pines for shadow men? Like Petricora V? Petrified? Okay. There we are. Got sugarcane, we got the spinach. Those were the only shrines we came across, so that's all we need. Then we can just go ahead and we'll put a row of the crop just below. Need 6 tilled out total. Ding. And then sugarcane all in a row, so it's all gathered together. Oh no! I ruined it! It's over! What's even the point of having a farm now? The sugarcane just essentially all over. Look at that! Look at that gap! You soiled it! I'm in tears? I'm crying. I'm a monster. Start over. Restart the game. I have to redo the entire day now because I've ruined that. Oh, soiled it. Yeah, And I don't even have any nappies! No! She's a fucking menace. How can I live this down? I'm crying. Only soiled nappies now. Oh. Alright, let's throw all my garbage in here. I can clear up my inventory a little bit. We'll then pull out some of these millions of sticks. Put them up in my hot bar so we can go out and do some more exploring. Ooh, we have space for one more stick in my hot bar. Let me go ahead and just, yoink. And then, whoop. There we are. Okay. We're going out again because we were able to explore to the right. There wasn't any eyeball blocking our path down there. I want to know what's over there. We've met Dosar. Kind of walked around this general area. I should also pull up... Oh. Never mind. The large map we have is only the one for the town. So, here. Yellow flowers? I want them. Ah, I see there's also the fancy slimes out here. The ones with the little leaves on their head. Oh my god, these weeds gave me a whole lot of herbs. I shoved them into my pockets. Now let's see, can I kill them with stick? 1, 2. Da, 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 da. There goes one stick, gone. It takes so much of my stick in order to kill one of these green slimes. I think we'll go ahead and leave the rest alone.
Keep an eye on your SP and HP when you chop wood.
Have some food to energize yourself when you need to. Well, I don't have an axe, so I can't do anything. Iron ore? Can I... Oh. My normal pickaxe is not strong enough for the iron ore. Wait, oh, never mind. I just pick it up. It's just sitting on the ground. I thought that was a rock that I needed to mine. Nope. Cool.
Jim is a wimp! No, he's not! He's just got weak weaponry!
Oh, jeez. I shoved the potatoes in my pants. Now I better talk to the ladies while they're still in them. I guess they're not even potatoes, though, so they're just seeds, so it's not gonna help me out. Jim needs to hit the gym? I'm not sure if there are any gyms around here. How am I supposed to get ripped, dude? There was a log on the ground down here. Right there, do you see it by the campfire? Do you think I could grab that and lift it? Ouch! The slime just hurt me. More like Jim needs to hit me, am I right, ladies? Jim looks at the camera. Oh, free tomato! Hell yeah! That means tomorrow when I harvest up my next tomato, I'll be able to shove them in the seed maker. Finally, thank God! I'm reading this. Are those bananas? Dorothy's orchard? I didn't know Dorothy had an orchard. We're gonna have to figure out where she hides her orchard key so we can get in there and get her bananas. Look, she's even got a little stall back here at the back. Look, there's even that's not apple, orange or apricot trees. Shoving stuff in a seed maker is a bad sentence. An unexpected windfall of 1 tomato. You could just donate them. My tomatoes given to the shrine? But how am I supposed to make seeds? Chat. Is this a cannon? Do you think it shoots out giant laser beams? I'm following its angle. It's shooting straight down. It's not aiming at anything, it doesn't seem like. Big gun. the trees here can be chopped too. I guess every tree everywhere can be chopped, pretty much. Looking around. Oh, I missed these boxes. Go ahead and get them. And is there anything else? Just water. I think it was a dead end up here above Dosar. Yeah? Yeah, nothing else. I think we've explored everywhere we can. Though we didn't really look at that little left. Ouch! I just walked right into these pink bat guys. Oh no. I quickly run off. Is there any? No, this was a dead end too. Because I remember grabbing an item from around. Cherry trees? Dude. How do I get into Dorothy's orchard? I need to get in there now. Can I go have a conversation with Dorothy and ask her politely if I can enter her orchard? Do I have the key to her orchard? Can I penetrate Dorothy's orchard? Chat, have you seen the movie that's about Marie Antoinette? It's got the one popular lady actress that people like as Marie. And so she has to marry her husband guy, right? And they get into bed together. And the guy just, he cannot get it on. He's not into it. He's not turned on. Marie's disappointed. How are they supposed to have a child at this rate? He doesn't like it. However, he is obsessed with locks and keys. One day, one of the guys that the king hangs out with, that she married, tells him, you know your special tool? She's kind of like a lock down there now, isn't she? And you're kind of like the key, aren't you? And then so, they were able to bear child. Oh god, I know. Oh my god. We've all seen Ghostbusters. Sometimes a classic analogy is all a guy needs for that motivation. I hated that a lot. Understandable. Damn, dude, look at that lock. Dagnardio. Help. I have a suggestion. Since you're growing your own vegetables, why not learn how to cook them? I thought perhaps you were getting a little tired of eating my sandwiches every day. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. They're completely healthy to consume. It might not sound that healthy when I say it's synthetically made from peconium, but 87% of its molecular makeup is exactly the same as a real sandwich. What's in the 13%? Oh! I'm getting off topic, so about cooking! Ayla? Ayla. What's the 13%, Ayla? You stopped. You changed the subject. Ayla, the 13%. Ayla, answer the question, Ayla. Ayla, please! I ate one of those sandwiches! So about cooking. Fancy meals like those in the restaurant are very nice, but a home-cooked meal has its own charm. Just like in America, it's plastic. I'm sweating. Home cooking. Paula seems to have a good reputation for that. I know, you could ask Paula for a cooking lesson. You'll see Paula's house to the right once you enter the south entrance of the town. Oh, Paula also likes to hang out on my farm, so we could maybe wait for her to show up that way too.
Megan is so mysterious. She seems like a woman with a hidden side to her, but I can't help but like her.
We're gonna pick our tomato. I'm going to pause. I'm not going to water quite yet because, hang on, is it gonna take all day? I'm gonna have to wait for tomorrow in order to get my tomato seeds. I'm putting in tomatoes. Oh, instantly getting them. Great. I can also see that we will be able to upgrade the seed maker at some point, as there are 3 battery levels. Not currently. Is Ayla a marriage candidate? That is an excellent question. I do not know. I do not know if we can wed Ayla. I mean, in my heart and in my fan fictions, I could definitely marry Ayla. But I don't know if it's allowed in the game. My players want me to finish the last 4 things to start my D&D game, but I keep putting it off because I'm scared I'll be a bad DM. Prize. Emily, I think the hardest part is always starting. You just have to take the dive. As long as you can also trust all of the players in your D&D campaign to be respectful and to understand that you're new at it, so it's your first time going. It's kind of like if you as a player, it's your first time playing D&D, that the other players and the DM need to show you respect too. You know, there's always a first time. And yeah, like Grace says, you won't know if you're bad if you don't just go for it. And by extension, if you are kind of bad the first time you do it, you'll learn how to improve and you get better. My players are my best friend, 2 of my girlfriend, a friend, and my little brother. Then I think it sounds like you should be alright then. You know, you could always ask them for feedback and input as well. Just make sure, again, that you do so in a nice manner. As I'm looking around, my tomato seeds. Oh, forgot to plant the potatoes yesterday. We're gonna need to hoe up some spots for them too. Whee! As I throw all my tomatoes, just singular seeds, down into the pitch. 1 off. Thank goodness I've got the pickaxe. That way I can have my beautiful line. Let's see. I wish this did function with hotkeys as well, so I could just hit, say, 1. Yeah, because F keys don't work either. So I could just hit 1 on my keyboard and it would just instantly hop to another spot on my hotbar. But I have to hit QE to navigate through it. Oh well. A minor complaint. It's alright otherwise. I will comment too that while I might not be able to say walk side to side, since I can just, you know, walk and do water, 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 that's not too bad. Now we need to grab out our potatoes. Whee! Not the right tool. There we go. Potatoes. I can say it here since no player is here. Mimic armor. Welly. Dread in his eyes. Horrified. I hope it's not mimicking a cod piece. Sweating nervously. You reach for your mimic. You reach for your jock strap. Little do you know, it's been swapped out. Oh no. They do have to feed it or else it starts feeding on their blood. Phrased like that, it just makes it sound kind of like a vampire. Honestly, make sure you do not forget to feed your vampire their daily dose of blood substitute. Otherwise, you're just gonna eat your blood. And you can't have that. You need your blood. Aw, jeez. When you can't see Marl's little rose, it gives her a different look. And I then will comment that I like that. That she has a different sprite when she's walking to the left than she does when she's walking to the right. It's not just mirrored. Nice little detail. Can you not smell this sophisticated fragrance on me? Huh. Maybe I should spray some more perfume. The next time I run into Marl, she's just there. You can see the little stink perfume lines coming off of her as she walks my way. The process of binding a person to the armor costs 30k? Oh geez, that's expensive. The smell of sophistication? Not sure. Maybe you have to walk over and sniff at her? Isn't it kind of weird to comment on how strangers smell? You know, I think commenting on the smell of a stranger would be kind of weird. It's kind of borderline, right? You're not sure if it's okay to say, hey, you smell nice, or if it's a little bit too weird since you don't know the person very well. Or, you know, if they're a stranger at all. I guess it's... I don't know. Maybe situational? Smelling friends is kind of weird, but we're not considering smelling friends. We're considering smelling strangers. I don't think I could consider Marl a friend. We're not even at 1 heart. Let me just change my sorting over here. See, look at Marl. She's barely got any bar filled out. That is definitely stranger territory. And we wanted to talk to Paula, but before we go talk to Paula, I'm gonna see. Does Dorothy... Oh, wait. Dorothy, you're not even at home! How am I supposed to try and give you blue flower? Check my map. Looking around. I don't think she's here. Is she over at my farm? She must be over at my farm. Paula, however, is inside her house, so we can talk to her about learning how to cook. Paula! Give me the recipe book, please. Sniffing starts at like 3 to 4 hearts. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to sniff anybody until you are at least minimum 3 hearts. There's definitely different levels of smelling strangers. Marl walks over, covered in perfume. I can smell it wafting off of her. I lean in and just sniff at, like, grab a fistful of her hair and pull it towards me and just big sniff it. Ugh, Marl, you smell nice. The lady teaching you to cook is Paula. Paula Dean, oh my god, Welly. Shy Guy tries to lean in to sniff chat, but just rolls a 1. He starts leaning over for the sniff and just instead falls over on top of you. And chat does a big inhale back. Graham's meat dishes are so tasty. Absolutely worth the price. I point at kitchen. Rather, I like you don't talk to Paula. You walk into her home, you walk over to her kitchen, and you just point at it and stare at her. Hi, Jim dear. Do you have an interest in cooking? I'm very interested in cooking. This is weird, but Twitch chat is anonymous enough that I can say it. I was on the bus behind someone who had some locks, and the smell of their hair made me so nostalgic for an old friend. I can see that. Because there are people that will have very distinct smells, and if you associate certain smells with your friends, then you might smell that, you know, get a little whiff of it and be like, oh man, that reminds me of this person. My grandmother used to, she was a smoker, so she would smell like smoke. So a lot of the time, if I smell smoke, maybe not so much anymore, but much more when I was younger, that if I smelled smoke, it would remind me of her. And if I tasted foods that were smoky, it would remind me of her as well. Though, especially in terms of food, it honestly wasn't a positive association. It would be me eating that smoky flavored food, being reminded of the smell of cigarette smoke, and then not really liking the flavor as a result. Locks have a very specific smell too. Yeah, because then you have the mix between what kind of product they might use in their hair, as well as, obviously, the hair itself. I mean, sometimes you can smell strangers, you get a whiff from a passerby's or the bus, you never go up to someone, nostrils flaring, doing a big inhale. Yeah, that one? No. My mom drank coffee 24/7, so I have a positive association of coffee breath. Oh. Totally understand that smell is such a powerful scent, people really don't consider it. And of course, there is the additional point, is that you can become kind of nose blind to scents as well. You know, you hang out with somebody a lot, or you have pets, and you just get so used to the smell, it doesn't register so much anymore for you. It's kind of like, you know, the wet dog smell comment, is that if you're used to it because you have a dog, or because your dog hangs out in your car wet a lot, you have your friend hop in, they're like, what the heck, it smells like wet dog in here. And you just kind of shrug and you're like, eh? Can't smell anything. Have you cooked before? I push up my sunglasses. Well, I am an expert at eating. Really? Well, I think it's great you want to cook. I'll teach you if you like. You gain a new perspective on food once you start cooking for yourself. Wonder what's a good beginner recipe. Toast! Think we'll start with a dish using tomato. No, potato. It'll make a heartier meal. We'll season it with butter and keep it really simple. Yes, I think baked potatoes would do well. Is this classic Paula Deen potato dish? You can buy butter at Melissa's shop, and you can harvest potatoes at your farm, can't you? I'll write down the instructions for you while you go out and gather the ingredients. Well, I have started up growing potatoes on my farm, but they're not old enough to harvest quite yet, so that's not happening. Not at this point. Alright, oh, that's right, we do want to harvest this tree. Whack tree with... What if one day, when I walked over here to hit tree with stick in order to get the apples and the tree just falls over? What would I do? Would I want to tell someone? Would I need to bury the tree like it's a dead body so that nobody knows? Was it 7 days before potato crop? That might have been what it was. So it might be a little while before we're allowed to, or I should say able to rather than allowed to cook any baked potato. Another week of just Alia's 87% sandwich. I sweat nervously. Same thing you did when you struck that cat. You walked away like nothing happened, you monster! I hit tree with stick. I watch as it falls. I turn and I walk away and do nothing. Nothing! Nothing. You want to know about Avery? I remember she used to video chat with Professor Jada in the lab. I think they were talking about alchemy. Did Jada become an alchemist? Pretending that you never crimed. I quickly leave Hugo's house. Goddamn, now I really want to eat a baked potato with shrimps and onions. Oh no, now Shy Guy's got cravings. It's only a crime if you got caught. Willie wags his finger. She was caught live on stream, as Willie then points back to the clip that was posted in chat. What clip? Nothing happened. I don't know what you mean. Now excuse me while I go back to destroying pots inside the church. Look, see? Free tomato. Chat. I haven't started watching it. It's been on my Netflix list for a little while now, but there is a cartoon, an animation that is on Netflix that's about just sort of a world with sort of RPG style characters where they're allowed to just, they're heroes, so they're allowed to just walk into people's houses and steal everything from them, and it's completely legal, and that's what their trailer is for the show on Netflix when you watch it as their little teaser. Is the guy walking in and taking a bunch of stuff, and as this lady is telling her kid that stealing is bad, and the kid's like, but what about that guy? And she's like, oh no, he's a hero, it's fine. As the hero takes all of the money she has and leaves with it. On Netflix? I've not heard of that. Yes, it is on Netflix. The name escapes me. I haven't started watching it. All I've done is seen that little clip. I love that premise. Yeah, I think it is an interesting premise. I cannot say if the show itself is any good or not, because I haven't watched any of it myself. It's not an anime, though, I will comment. I know I started accidentally saying anime. It is CGI, more cartoony type style, so it isn't even like a CGI anime. I do think it is originally, or the source where it's made is Chinese, I think, though, but I will also comment that I do think the CGI in it looks nice. I know that sometimes CGI in television shows can not look very good, but I think that one looked alright. This is like a commentary on government. Whoa, so deep. Hang on, why is it saying Max? Am I not allowed to give her any gifts right now? Oh. Hello. I'm looking at Dorothy in my friendship panel. Locked? I'm looking at her yellow bar, which is filled out. Do I have to trigger some type of friendship event in order to get her to the next heart level? And in order to keep befriending her? That's interesting, if that is the case. And now I'm curious if that is what it is, how do I trigger it? No! Why a lock? Dorothy, how am I supposed to keep being friends with you? Where's your diary so I can learn your secrets? Where's your orchard key? I need to find it. But I find nothing. I don't know where it's at. Can't even grab at her pot and run away with it. I like her singular portrait right here, by the way. I don't know. No, that is not of her unless she dyes her hair. Because that's a lady or person with brown hair. Dorothy over here clearly has blue hair, so it's not the same person, again, unless she dyed it. And then that adds an additional question of curiosity. Does any person in the town dye their hair? Is it all natural hair colors here? It would be weird if she had a picture of herself. I look at my desk, which is covered in pictures of me, and all the mirrors I have positioned around my desk. That way I can look at myself from every angle. Is it weird? I commented on the lock because of your story about Marie Antoinette. I thought the same thing. Jim Deere looks at the picture with the little lock. He starts sweating. He thinks about keys as he goes to bed. Well, as we sleep, and as it's going to take an extended period of time before we're able to get any potatoes. Now, since it was several days as the game saves, and I hop out of bed. Good morning, Alia. Oh, no, it's actually only gonna take 2 days for the potato. It was just the spinach that takes forever long. But regardless, Jim, no, don't go to bed thinking about that. It's too late. That went straight on his mind as he slept. Smiling. Chat. Picontier is pretty clearly a lot more locked in the progression and trying to pace you out a lot more because of those little eyeballs that are around that just straight up force fielded you in order to prevent you from going places. It's interesting. So it has a much more like, take this game slow, don't rush it vibe, which I think is fitting with both the style of it, the way all the controls work. I really like this. I think it has really nice polish to it. It controlled just fine. I would say maybe just slight, because it does take an older RPG approach, that it would be nice if it had sort of a character lock button that makes it so that your character can kind of continue facing a particular way, which would be convenient for watering your crops as well as going out and fighting monsters, because then you don't have to run back and then tap up a little bit in order to face them again and strike. But still, overall, I like it a lot. I think the music was nice. I think the inventory system's nice. Just, I like it. I like it. Chat, thank you everybody for coming on by to watch. Thank you for those who have subscribed, resubscribed, followed. Thank you for the bits as well. And thank you again to Gritty and Pope for the raids. Very appreciated. Wonderful and cute stream. Thank you for keeping me company. You're welcome. I'm always here to keep everybody company in the chat. I'm here for you. I see Petri and I start sweating nervously, thinking about the cat from earlier. Now, I see Katie is playing the quarry over there. This is the second part of her stream, so if you haven't started watching it at all, maybe you don't want to go on over. I've also typed /raid the quarry. That's not right. I need to specifically raid Katie. There we go. Locked in. So, will be spoilers? Yes. However, if you have started watching the game, but you haven't seen the remainder, hey, go watch it with Katie. Katie's great. I love her. Classy lady. Go say hi to Katie. Have a good day, chat. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next week. Farewell.